Hi, it's Mike here, bringing you another video in collaboration with Factory Direct Hobbies. This time we're going to be looking at the Tamiya 1 in 32nd scale F-4J Phantom. It arrived today. I haven't finished it. I know people who follow me on Instagram think I may have finished it already. No, I haven't. This is not my first rodeo with this kit. This is number 4 that I'm going to be making now, so I have a bit of insider knowledge about how this one goes. But why don't you join me for a look inside the box? If you haven't seen it before, it's a fantastic kit. Let's have a look. Okay, so the Tamiya 1 in 32nd scale F-4J Phantom 2. Really nice kit, lovely box art, really like that. I think that's really nice. But let's have a look inside the box and see what we're actually getting in this particular kit. So a lot of grey plastic, obviously. Let's have a quick look at these clear parts. They're pretty close to the top. Now, I'm not going to open this bag at the moment, but the construction mechanism for the canopy on this Tamiya Phantom is actually really, really good. The fit is exceptional, really, really good. No issues there at all. Fits firmly and snugly. And holds in place as well, because I find there's nothing worse than a canopy that just doesn't quite fit, leaves a little bit of a gap, it detracts from the final model. Not an issue with this Phantom, really, really beautiful fit. Let's have a look, here we go. So now we can see some of the moulding on these parts. Now I really like the surface detail that this Tamiya Phantom has. I think it's just the right level. It's not super stark. Some people might want it a little bit more, in which case, go for some scribing and riveting. Personally, I don't think it needs it. I think it looks really realistic like this. And as you can see, the tailplane is actually movable on this model. So after it's in place, you can move it around. I'll fix that in place. I'm not really a fan of moving parts, but it's a really nice tool to have that option. It gives you the option to move it if you want to. So that's really nice. This is a nice feature of this particular kit as well. Here's the fuselage of the Phantom, nicely wrapped in bubble wrap, because these can be really quite sensitive parts, and if it gets bent, it can destroy the fit of the model. This one should be fine, I'm hoping. The last few have all been really good. Then if you can see here, but there's actually areas where screws will go into to firmly hold the fuselage together. There's also an area at the rear here where a screw goes into where it holds together firmly. And that's a really nice touch, because a 1 in 32nd scale Phantom is a big model. It's a big, big scale model. And to have that extra security of pulling those parts together, particularly with the quality of fit that you get with this Tamiya kit, is really, really good. I'm a huge fan of that. I think it works beautifully. Some other parts, some cockpit parts, some wheels, the tub. So you've got all your missiles, you've got your jet exhaust and such in here as well. Everything that you need to make a really nice model. Pilots as well. The quality of the pilots is pretty good in this. Now bear in mind that this kit dates from 1997. Wow. It's a long time, but this kit has aged so well. A lot of kits from the late 90s in general really haven't dated that well, and some of them have been left behind by other more modern kits. Now what I will say about this kit at this stage is if you don't have enough room for the 1 in 32nd scale Phantom, the Tamiya 1 in 48 scale Phantom, which is a much more recent kit, has a lot of the same level of detail as this larger kit, and this construction mechanism is broadly the same. So if you're looking to build a Phantom and you're looking for a quality build, that 1 in 48 Phantom is a really solid choice, really fantastic model. But we're looking at the 1 in 32nd scale because we've got more shelf space than sense, and so we're all good. So this is the lower part of the fuselage, and as you can imagine, the seam is going around the sort of central section, and that removes some of those unsightly seams along the middle. This is pretty much the standard construction for an F4 Phantom. All manufacturers pretty much do it as a top fuselage and then a bottom fuselage. But really nice detail on here again, nice and subtle. It's going to weather up beautifully. I'm going to use a small amount of panel liner on it, because I don't really want to go too much on it, but it's going to be really nice. I'm really looking forward to that. If there's one slight flaw with this kit, it's the way in which the engine nacelle engine pod covers go on. They don't necessarily fit perfectly, so I'm really going to focus on that as an important part of the build when I get to that stage, to make sure that I get that fit really nice, even if it takes a little bit longer to make that come together. Ejection seats, single piece molded. They're actually really, really nice. They're really good. Obviously, there's a few more bits I'm going to be adding into these. There's the cushions and what have you that go onto them. But the actual molding quality is really good. I would question the need for resin. But if you like resin, there are better options out there. There are better resin options, but I think these are really good, particularly if you're going to have the canopy closed. I think they're excellent. Really, really good. Another place to watch out for on this one is the wings. Obviously, it's a naval aircraft, so the wings can fold up. Just be very careful attaching those if you build this model. Now, here's all the screws that I was talking about, various sizes, including this monster that goes all the way down through the middle of the fuselage. Really good. Landing gear, parts and tires. Okay, yeah, so this is a really nice thing about this particular kit as well, in that it has rubber tires. And I know we're used to that from Trumpeter. Tamiya do that as well. I like it. Some people don't like it. You could always replace them with resin ones if you wanted to. And metal landing gear. Now, this all screws in really solidly, and I'm a big fan of it. The model is a heavy model, and having the security that you've got a solid landing gear underneath it that isn't going to collapse is real peace of mind with a shelf-based kit. The last couple that I've made have been flying, so I've got spares of these already. But I don't think you'd ever need them because they're absolutely solid. I have built one with these and it sat beautifully on its landing gear. So it was really, really good. Really happy with it. So now let's have a look. Here we go. We've got the instruction. Well, this is the decal page. I'm not going to open this just now, but the decals super high quality on this kit. Go down really nicely. I know some people don't like Tamiya decals. I like them if they're a little bit thick for you, which I can understand that perspective on them. Microsol will get them to just flatten right out and you'll be fine. Really, really good. Okay, so the instructions, this is the bird that I'm going to be making on the front here. I've made the other ones, that's why I'm making this one this time. One of the nice things that Tamiya does with their 1 in 32nd scale is include reference photos of the real thing. Now, they're not so good with this one. If you go for some of their World War II warbirds, like their Spitfire and such, you get a full color book that comes with it. It's fantastic. I like this. There's history behind the aircraft, tells you about the development process, and it's in a variety of different languages as well, which is really nice. That's a really nice touch. Instructions, they give you Tamiya colors obviously as well, which is nice, easily obtainable but easily translatable too. Really, really clear instructions. That's one of the really nice things about Tamiya kits. There's very little guesswork. They get things right. The construction methods are all described clearly. You can see where you've got to go, and that isn't the case with some other manufacturers. So that's really nice to see. Having made this one before, I know that it's a very smooth and logical construction process. I've got no concerns about it. Really looking forward to having another go at one of these. So yeah, there we go. And here's the marking schemes. Stencils. Now, anybody who's made a Phantom before will know that the guys at McDonnell Douglas really love their stencils. There's a huge, huge number of them on these aircraft. But just grit your teeth and get through it, and you'll be fine. We've all been there. It's a rite of passage. A few different options. So you've got the one that I'm going to be making, VF96. Then you've got the Vigilantes, VF151. I made this one. This is the one that I had on my desk at the start of the video. And then the Warlords, so there's a Marine Corps option as well. I have this one posed in flight as well. This is a really nice build. If you make the Warlords one thing to watch out for, on here they don't tell you to paint the tailplane. Now, you have to paint the tailplane because it's supposed to be white. It's not supposed to be the decal over grey. The decal only contains the letters and the stars that you can see here in this blue section. It's supposed to be white though, so make sure you paint that, because once you've put the decal in the water and realise that there's no white on there, it's kind of game over. You're kind of stuck with a grey tailplane at that point. But really, really nice, and I can't wait to get started. Well, I hope that showcased the quality that you can expect from a Tamiya model kit. They have a great reputation and it's well deserved. Pretty much all their stuff is fantastic and this particular kit is no exception. If you get the chance, pick one up. They're available on the Factory Direct Hobbies website at a great price. So give one a go. You really won't regret it. So thank you very much for listening. And in the meantime, happy modeling.